I've been in a relationship for 2.5 years with my boyfriend. We love each other. Neither one of us wants to walk away, but we fight like every week.
What do you fight about?
It seems to be like the same topics over and over again. You know, he had a friends with benefit before he met me. And it still kind of triggers me. So that's one of the things.
Is he still friends with her?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Welcome to the Ask a Matchmaker podcast. I'm your host, Matchmaker Maria, and Matchmaker Chrisoula is joining us for her last week in May. So excited to have you back on, Chrisoula.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
And if you're new here and you're wondering, do these two people look alike? We do kind of look alike because we are sisters. I'm just a foot taller than her. Chrisoula has been at Agape Match for 10 years and 1 month, but who's counting?
I am, I suppose. I don't know. It feels like forever.
And she's been here for the craziest week of my life and also probably your professional life too.
Yeah.
The book came out.
The book came out.
The book came out.
The book came out.
Ask a Matchmaker by Maria Avgitidis. And there's my mug right there when I had my hair straight last year. I'm so happy I had my hair straight for this.
It looks good.
It looks good. It looks good. Well, I'm excited for people to get the book in their hands. I'm excited for people that have been listening to this book throughout the week. And I'm also excited for the reviews that are coming in. I am not supposed to read any of the book reviews, but some of them have come in and I've read a few by accident. I won't again, I promise. But keep putting them in. So if you have this book and if you enjoy this podcast, please rate the book so that more people can see it. You know, when people see lots of reviews on a book, they want to buy the book.
It takes you less than a second to put a 5 stars.
Yeah,
like,
just
what are you doing?
5 stars. That's all you got to do. I really so appreciate everyone that's come out to buy this book. And I'm, meeting different people every day. And it's just been really exciting to be part of this. Tomorrow is the New York City book event at the 92nd Street Y. You're going to be there.
I came all the way from Greece for this. What's your excuse?
If there's any tickets left, go on the 92nd Street Y website and grab those tickets. And if there are no tickets, perhaps I'll see you at another event happening. I know I have a Boston event coming up and a DC event coming up. On the East Coast, there's going to be more West Coast dates released as well. So there's a lot of exciting things happening. But as I have more details, I'll be here to give you those updates as we go. Mm-hmm. It's a hotline episode, so I really just want to kind of get into this, if that's okay with you.
Let's answer some questions.
Let's go. Welcome to the Ask a Matchmaker hotline. How can we help you?
Hi, Maria and Chrisoula. My name is Yumi from Boston. I sent a question to you. There's a guy that I like, and I have little iffy feeling towards him because on the second date, he already asked me to do cooking date at his place. And I said, it's a little too early. Appreciate the invitation, but, something to do for the future.
Okay.
Yep. So he offered to do lunch date instead.
Okay.
So he came to, he didn't come, no, honestly, but the plan was to come to my yoga class on Sunday, then go on lunch date. But he's not following up. He's not saying anything. I asked him, hey, where do you have in your mind? And he's like, oh, have I asked you what kind of food you like? And I said, not really, but I'm okay with everything. Where I teach yoga, it's surrounded by many restaurants that we can pick. And he's like, oh, yeah, me too. I like everything. Haha. So what do I do about it? Should I follow up with him or just let go? I feel like he's just being a little bit passive.
You're being passive though too.
Yeah.
Is this through text message?
Yeah.
So a lot of the tone
is off.
Can get really lost in text messages. Sometimes I think Maria's yelling at me, but she's just not. And sometimes
it's
Maria,
like that Key and Peele bit where one person's on the couch like, yeah, man. And then the other one's like, you want to go? It's like, sure, I'll go.
Maybe he's thinking, why doesn't she pick the place? Because I'm certain then she'll like it,
not everyone is also watching alpha male assertive YouTube podcasts.
Yes.
Like everyone needs to calm down and chill out. And what I mean by that is like, there's just a lot of women that are like, he needs to pick a place and tell me to meet him there at 7. I'm like, okay, calm down. Like most guys are never going to do that because they want to seem agreeable because they are agreeable. So you just said to him, because you teach yoga at XYZ location, there's a lot of places to choose from and you like everything. And he replied back with, great, I like everything too. And these are the facts, right? You could have said, though, well, my favorite place is Thai food. Let's meet at Thai food at 2, right? That's the end of that conversation is because he's telling you he likes everything too, because you know the area, you get to choose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it is. It's not even games. It's not even him being passive. It's just him communicating, hey, I'm agreeable. Where do you want to go? And you just have to say where you want to go.
How long ago was this? Like when did you talk last?
It was last Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay, so it's been a week.
Yeah, he got sick, sounds like
Oh.
it. So Saturday, he told me probably I'm not going to your yoga class because I'm not feeling well. And didn't really mention about lunch or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, because we didn't agree on where to go, I suggested the paint event to go to paint event together. So after class, instead of lunch, we bought the ticket for painting event.
Okay.
Um,
Did you do
But-
that already?
no, so he also canceled that one. So in the message that he got sick, he didn't mention about canceling the painting event. So I follow up asking, hey, is just a yoga class or are you also canceling the paint event? And he's like, oh, I don't know yet because, it's 24 hours cancellation policy. So I just emailed them. So I'm like, I don't really know yes or no, but it sounded like he's just waiting for the, I don't know, the venue
Okay.
to.
So you missed the paint night is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I missed the paint events.
Okay. Who paid for these tickets?
He paid for it.
All
I
right.
suggested and he paid for it. So it was generous of him, of course.
Okay. It's his money. I don't know what to say here. Do you like this person?
I do, but I feel like he's more into my physical because he compliments a lot of my physicals. Like I have a small waist and he kind of grab it. I think I talked to you, Clarissa, about office
Oh, that's
hour.
right. This is the same guy.
Same guy.
I remember she said that she felt a little apparently his love language is physical touch. So they were walking. I don't know if you want me to say this, but they were walking towards her. They were walking towards her car and he kind of touched her waist a little bit. And at the moment she was like, okay, but I think as she was thinking about it, she's like, do I feel comfortable or not? And the tone that I was like, maybe this was just his way of being a little flirtatious.
Right.
Maybe he thought it was okay. So I don't know. It's look, sometimes your schedules clash. Somebody gets
Sure.
sick. It's a weird. You're still getting to know each other, so you're not really
All right.
sure.
You're early enough and this is plastic. It's time to start texting or talking about what you expect from him and communicate as directly as possible. So for instance, when is your next date? That is what you were texting him today. When are we meeting up again? I'm free on Thursday. Can you meet at XYZ place?
Yes.
That's it. That's what I would respond with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like be as direct as possible. And then if he's not following through, then that tells you all it is. I do want you to know that I want you to tread carefully because men who continue to make physical attraction the thing after
Right.
more than 2 dates, that's weird. That's super weird. That tells me a lot. And I don't want you to be in a situation where he's just objectifying you and not
I remember
respecting all the other stuff.
I remember us talking and saying like it's okay to next time you see him.
You had a private conversation with her prior to this call.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I remember with you and we said, um, should you meet him again and
Right.
he's a little bit there's more physical touch than you're comfortable with,
Tell him.
tell him.
Yeah.
But it seems like you hadn't met him again to be able to tell him. But yeah, I
It's
mean,
time to start asserting boundaries and expectations, and there's nothing wrong with that. And
yeah, totally.
there's nothing bad about it. Men do it all the time. So I think you need to start doing that too. I think this is a great question. I'm wishing you a lot of luck. Okay.
Let us know how it
Thank
goes,
you.
okay?
Thank you.
All right.
See you.
Bye. Welcome to the Ask a Matchmaker hotline. How can we help you?
I've been in a relationship for 2.5 years with my boyfriend. We love each other. Neither one of us wants to walk away, but we fight like every week.
What do you fight
Um,
about?
it seems to be like the same topics over and over again. I have an anxious attachment. He has avoidant. Some of the things that we talk about is, he had a friends with benefit before he met me. And it still kind of triggers me. So that's one of the things.
Is he still friends with her?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait.
So they were, so some context. They were friends for like many years. Then like COVID happened and like, people were kind of
Shacking up.
just,
Sure.
yeah. So it was brief. It was very brief. They didn't even have sex or anything. It was just kind of like, you know, in a limbo almost. And then she wanted something more. He said no, and then it ended. And then they continue to be friends, like genuinely just friends. And they don't even see each other that often. I think it's been like a year and a half or more since they've even seen each other. But recently she reached out because she moved closer to him. And it just happened to me. Like before she was like 20 minutes away. Now she's like 10 minutes away. She was always living in that area. But he has reassured me many times that they're just friends. But for some reason, I can't seem to get over it. And I'm
this is what
trying.
you fight about every week?
No. So this is one of the things that keeps coming up. Another thing that came up recently is that his friend is friends with his ex. And that is bothering me as well.
Okay.
And then other things, just I guess.
How do these things come up in a fight?
Well, initially it just comes up like kind of innocently. And I try to talk about it because I want to talk it out. And he will talk about it for like 5 minutes and then he's like, I'm done. And then he kind of shuts down and will walk away or will hang up on me or typical like avoidant behavior.
Okay. Or frustration.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess, sorry. And I just want to add like, in the past 2.5 years, I will give him like, there's been nothing where he has cheated on me or any of the sort. There's been never any inkling of that. But it's just something just feels like very unsettling for me that like he is still friends with this person. And then, now I'm finding out that his friends is still friends with the ex. Right. Or initially when we started dating, I found out he was still in contact with his exes. And that caused us a lot of issues because I was like, I am not okay with that. And I remember like reading your like the questions, the ask Matchmaker Maria, and a lot of people ask like, "Oh, is it okay to be friends with exes?" And you always say no, you know.
Sure, but they're not exes.
No, like he was still in contact with some of his exes.
Oh, why?
With some?
Like, what does that
Yeah,
mean?
they were like I would say like 2 or 3 of them.
Oh my God.
Like, in what
Like
way?
like he would still text happy birthday when we first the happy birthdays, the holidays,
I hate
and
that
then
because it's so unnecessary.
Yeah.
I know
Like, you don't need to text anybody happy birthday or Merry Christmas. Like, who cares? I don't like it.
yeah.
So what do you want to do here?
I don't know, like that's what I'm struggling with because it's like 2.5 years and it's
How old are you?
constant. I'm 34. I'm in New York City.
Does he want to get married?
He does, but I think at this point, neither one. I'm 34. He's 41. Neither one of us wants to break up. We want to get married, but not in this state of constant fighting. Another thing is I'm also a caregiver, and I try to be as transparent as I can, but sometimes he asks questions where I'm like, it's just you don't have to know every single detail.
Mm-hmm.
You want to have kids with this person?
Well, I don't think I want to have kids,
Okay.
but
Does
to answer
he?
your question, if I wanted, like, I could see myself having a child with him, yes.
You got to go to couples therapy.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot here that we don't have access to. I think you're both wrong. And I'll tell you where you're both like doing the things wrong, right?
Okay.
Um, on his hand, why is he texting his exes? That is weird. Like it's one, it's like weird. I can almost excuse the fact that his friends with benefit reached out. It's like, okay, like sure, if they were friends before, maybe, but he's clearly in a committed relationship with you. I'm like trying to see his perspective. I think it's weird that he's texting people on their birthdays that he dated in the past. Like that's weird. You're dead to
When
me
we
after.
Yeah, that's how I
Um,
am too. And then when we first started dating and I found this out, I was like, I can't do that. Like when I'm done with someone, I'm done. There's no
right.
reason for you to be
No
texting.
reason. No
So,
reason. You didn't have a friendship before. Why are you doing this now? So that's the first part, right?
Yeah.
so, and
The
then he
second
eventually
part
did
is
stop. He eventually did stop, but I think that's
good.
why it's like
Good.
lingering for me. I'm like, why did it take you so long to like
Right.
realize that?
The second part, and this is where I said like I think you're both wrong, is I don't know why you care that his friends is friends with his ex. Like you got to look into that. Uh I'm not saying you're possessive. I'm not saying you're controlling. Do not misunderstand what I'm saying, but there's
Mhm.
definitely something underlying there that I'd really think you should explore.
Are you thinking his friend is in contact with the ex, and then the friend is giving updates about the ex to your boyfriend, and you just don't want him to be privy to that information, and so it like preemptively annoys you?
So that's a part of it. And I addressed it with him, and he's like, my friend is not going to be doing that. The other reason that it bothers me is that I have met, I've met this friend and the husband many times. And like I feel like I'm very outgoing and nice, and I
Wait, the
try to
friend's a girl?
well, they're married. It's a girl and a guy. Like it's a married couple.
Come on, you can't tell girls who to be friends with. Okay. Anyway, keep going.
Mhm. I guess it just also bothers me because I've tried to reach out to this friend like on my own, like, hey, how's it going? Or like, let's try to meet up, like, have a girls' night. I'm doing that outreach. She doesn't reciprocate, but then she's reciprocating with the ex. So it's like, here I am. I'm trying to be friends with you outside of my relationship.
Don't. Don't be friends with anyone
You don't
outside
need
of
to
you don't need
be.
to do that. Who told you you have to do that? I hate doing that. Don't do that.
You don't need to be
You
friends.
have your own friends.
Look, I would say you tried. She's not she doesn't care, or she's not reciprocating the same energy, and it's okay to just let that go. It's like not going to be what you want it to be, and you can't force it to be.
Yeah.
So I would say, oh, that's your friend over there. I don't need to be friends with that person over there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And but I think to Maria's point earlier, I think if you envision a life together and you see that you neither of you want to let go because you love each other, and this might be a small part of what makes you both so, this might be a hurdle to
Get to the next step.
to get to the next step.
Couples therapy.
Couples therapy
For sure.
would be amazing for you both. And
And it
you
may
have
be also
to,
individual therapy.
and individual therapy would work probably wonders as well. But uh I something he's doing, I don't like. Something you're doing, it's like a lot of projection. And perhaps you've been, I don't know.
We don't know you, and I
So
don't know him.
I don't want to put like past experiences into your life. So or assume. So there's a lot of projection that's going on, and I understand what you're saying, his friend is friends with her. She doesn't want to be friends with me. What if they're all hanging out together and she comes and I'm not part of the picture and I have no control? I feel zero control in this relationship because other people are having these other communication and weird relationships with people that I'm not a part of, and I don't like that.
Yeah. This is a great question. I hope you take the advice to heart. I also hope you read my book, because there's a lot of solutions in there for you as well. This book was certainly this book was certainly written with an inclusive audience in mind. And part of that audience is people in relationships who want to keep their compatibility. So please finish the book.
Keep us updated. Tell us if you guys do end up going.
Well, we are actually starting couples therapy next week.
Amazing.
So,
perfect.
Would love to
and I
have an
also
update.
just want to say thank you for always highlighting the caregiving journey, because I am a caregiver, and some of the advice that you give, it's amazing. And it's hard for me to find that in my age group. So it's like nice that I can kind of turn to you for that advice.
It's in the book too. I thought it was really important to keep there. So I really appreciate you saying that. And thank you so much for calling in. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, that was it for our show this week.
Those are like really, really good questions.
Yeah.
Some of these men need to.
Chrisoula does not have an Instagram that you can follow. She's got a private profile. She's truly the opposite of me.
Yeah, I'm so boring.
But you can find her on LinkedIn. And if you'd like to be set up by her, well, the only way to do that is to go to agapematch.com and join our database. On our team, as we've mentioned in a previous episode, it's myself, Chrisoula, and a few other matchmakers. And, I think we just meet so many people each week, and we get questions like this on those meetings too. So it's a really good team, and I'm really happy that you were here with me this whole month, especially this really special month.
I'm so happy I was here for your special month. We're all so proud of you collectively.
Thanks, Chrisoula. All right. Well, thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Be sure to subscribe, leave a comment on the YouTube. Don't forget to rate. And if you haven't yet, walk on over to your local bookstore, buy my book, go on Amazon, go on Kindle, or is that the same thing as Amazon? I don't know. Go on Audible, go on Spotify, wherever they sell books. Grab your copy of Ask a Matchmaker, and thank you so much for being here on this journey with me. And if you're new here, well, have you got a lot to binge on? There's a ton of episodes with more hotlines and more really great guests. I always end the show by saying something that is quite literally the conclusion of my book. And if you read the conclusion of my book, this will make a lot more sense. But be lovable, but more importantly, be likable. See you next week.